Hey everybody, it's your daily report with Angry Tim. Got a little different story today. So you've heard about the fake rich. These people who go out, they drive nice cars. Sometimes they have a Lamborghini, they have a nice BMW. They're always online. They're posting on TikTok or Facebook, fancy vacations. They're going to fancy restaurants, eating fancy food. Um, but they're all, they're spending their credit card. They're using loans and leases to buy these cars. So this is about millionaires and billionaires living the underconsumption life. This is an article out of Fortune magazine titled "Meet the Millionaires Living the Underconsumption Life." They drive secondhand cars, batch cook, and never buy new clothes. Underconsumption among the wealthy. Despite having millions or even billions, many wealthy individuals live below their means. This behavior contrasts the stereotypes of lavish lifestyles typically associated with affluence. The key motivations for frugality: fear of losing wealth. Um, there was a documentary about lottery winners. This was a few years back. So people who won millions, tens of millions of dollars, they would kind of follow them and see where they ended up a few years later, 5 years, 10 years later. And almost every case, someone who won millions, tens of millions of dollars ended up just as broke or broker. They were worse off than before they won all that money. So it's not, money doesn't make you happy, right? And just because someone gives you money, if you're not educated about finances, you're gonna lose it all. What is that saying? A fool and his money is soon parted. It's the same thing. You can hand someone with the mentality of a poor person 10, $50 million, and they'll just blow it. They're gonna buy new cars, fancy things. They're gonna go gamble. They're just gonna blow. It's easy to blow money. It's very hard to save and grow it, but blowing it is very easy. And when they came back and you know see how they're doing after 5 to 10 years, again, most of them blew all their money, probably filed bankruptcy, ended up in debt, and ended up worse off than they were. And what happens is, as soon as you have a lot of money, you're going to get a lot of friends, right? And if you're a single guy out there, you're going to get a lot of new girlfriends, and they'll help you spend your money really quick. So these rich people, their fear of losing wealth. So they don't want to end up like these lottery winners. Many millionaires worry about unforeseen financial setbacks, leading them to save rather than spend, which is very smart. You never know what's going to happen. Emergencies. If you have a business or you own real estate, you could need a new roof. You could need, there could be some like a COVID shutdown again, where your business is closed, or a slowdown in the economy, and you need that money to survive through the slow times. Right? It's not all about making money when times are good. You've got to have that staying power to survive the down, and then you can ride it back up. But if you don't have the staying power to make it through the slow times, you're not going to make it. It's like it's not a race. It's a rally. It's about the long term. You don't, if you're always overextending yourself, every time a little bit of money comes in, you're just borrowing more, you're getting more credit, and you're just buying and buying, and all your money is going back to repaying the loans, and you're building more inventory. You want to open up more stores. What happens when the economy slows down 10%? All of a sudden, you're bankrupt, right? So when times are good, you put that money aside. You don't just blow it. And then when times are bad and it's slow, you're already lean and mean, and you can make it through there. You didn't overextend yourself by buying, over making more stores or too much inventory or spending it all on marketing and staff. So um, that's another reason why they don't want to just blow all their money, right? They save it for the slower times so they can make it through. And then when times are good, they can make more money and save that again for the future. Um, Wealthy individuals often prioritize long term financial stability for themselves and future generations, over indulgent spending. So that's another big thing. They're building a legacy. So they're buying assets, um, building businesses, buying real estate that they can pass on to their kids and grandkids, and these things will continue to go up in value. These assets will grow, and it'll bring money for the next generation. So when their kids are adults, they don't have to start with nothing, right, from scratch, with just maybe a college degree and a job and try and build up wealth. They're going to be passed down, maybe an apartment building, maybe a business, but they're already going to have a head start um, by having all of these things. And when they get older and they continue to build assets, they can pass something down to their kids, and those kids will now have what their the grandparents passed down, the parents have also built up and passed down, and that's how the rich stay rich, right? And they keep getting richer instead of just blowing all your money and leaving your kids nothing. That's kind of the typical style, right? A lot of people think I'm just going to spend all my money, my kids will get nothing, and so they start from maybe just a college degree or a high school degree and a job, and then they got to go out and I mean that's good too. I mean to build from nothing, but also it would be helpful, right, if your kids already had some assets from their parents or grandparents. It'll make it a lot faster for them to build wealth and not struggle so hard. A billionaire might prefer investing in trust funds for their grandchildren rather than purchasing luxury goods. Some wealthy people prefer to allocate resources towards societal or global causes rather than personal luxury. Examples include Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, who have pledged to give away most of their wealth through philanthropic initiatives like the Giving Pledge. Economic and social implications. Wealthy individuals not spending their disposable income may reduce consumer demand, potentially slowing economic growth in certain sectors. For example, underconsumption by the affluent could affect luxury goods markets or industries reliant on high-end consumer spending. So, it seems like most of the people buying luxury goods are middle class to high income workers, not really like the super wealthy, the millionaire and billionaires. Because I don't, like you said, a lot of these millionaires drive secondhand cars. They don't want to be noticed, right? If the actual people who have a lot of money aren't flashy, they're not wearing big gold chains and diamonds everywhere, driving around in Ferraris, they don't want to be noticed because they're going to get robbed, right? People follow them home, or they'll be targeted online through some kind of a scam or something, or maybe someone will try and kidnap their kids or grandkids and want some kind of a ransom. So people who actually have a lot of money don't want to be noticed. They don't want to post it online, right? Hey everyone, I just bought a new Ferrari. Look at my mansion. I have billions of dollars. Right? That's not what they do. But it's the people who are working class and they're able to get the credit to purchase, you know, like a BMW or maybe a supercar. Um, the ones that can't afford these things are the ones constantly posting it. Like for them, it's nothing. This is just their lifestyle, even though they're barely scraping by. They're living paycheck to paycheck, but they're gonna post whatever their new Cybertruck, right? That's like the new thing. Everyone on TikTok is posting their new Cybertruck. They're gonna post their vacations, their cruises, vacation to Hawaii, to Disneyland, fancy restaurants and things like that. They're constantly trying to um, act like they're. I guess that's what they call the fake rich. You can um, borrow your way into a rich lifestyle, but you're paying that back, and you'll never become truly rich faking getting rich because all that money, for example, instead of if you had $100,000 cash, you could go out and put 20% down, right? And you could buy a $500,000 apartment building and then drive around your old Toyota, yeah, your 20-year-old Toyota car. You're not going to be driving a brand new Cybertruck. 100,000, you could buy a brand new Cybertruck or put a down payment on an apartment building. A rich person, right, would buy the apartment building, get the cash flow, and that apartment building would appreciate in value over time. The Cybertruck, 100,000 in 10, 20 years is worth, I don't know, you're probably lucky to get 15 or 20,000 for it if it's even worth that. It'll probably be just for scraps. But the poor mentality is I'm gonna if I had 100,000, I'd buy a Cybertruck, or worse yet, I don't have 100,000. I'm gonna go borrow 100,000 to have this Cybertruck so I can post it online, and my friends will think I'm rich. You know, that's really vain, but that's the fake rich. They're gonna borrow money so they can go on a fancy cruise, post it online, and act like this is just some extra money they had, even though it's all borrowed money on 20-25% credit card rates. So rich people don't go out and flaunt their wealth because they don't want you to know they're rich. You're just gonna look at them like a everyday Joe, right? Who's in a old Ford pickup truck picking up lumber at Home Depot, but he could be a multi-millionaire. And then this young kid in a Cybertruck picking up lumber is broke, way beyond broke, but he has the Cybertruck, right? All his money, instead of building wealth, is going to monthly payments and things like that. So there's a big difference between how the rich think and how the poor think, and what fake rich is. Just because you can, a poor person could buy a Cybertruck and a rich person can buy a Cybertruck, but it's $100,000. You know, what do you do? it, does the rich person really blow their money on like things that go down in value, like cars, or are they going to buy more investments? If they're good at making money, why would they buy something that depreciates in value, right? Especially, are you going to pass that Cybertruck down to your kids and grandkids? In 20 or 30 years, it's going to be a rusted pile of junk, basically. But 100,000, you can put a down payment. You can buy some apartments, a house, uh, start a business. There's a lot of things that you can do that would, be a great asset. It'll go up in value, and you can actually pass down to your kids rather than just, spending 100,000 on Louis Vuitton, Gucci bags, spending it on vacations and dinners. You can blow that money really quickly and have nothing to show for it except a couple of posts on Facebook. But everyone else is posting the same thing. So you post your Cybertruck, your friend posts his or her Cybertruck online. Who cares? Everyone has a Cybertruck and they're all broke, right? So if you want to break away from that, drive your old Toyota instead of the Cybertruck. Go buy an apartment, and then your kids and grandkids will thank you for that. So I'll get more videos, hopefully with some nice backgrounds for you soon. But that's all for today. Your friend, Angry Tim.